President Trump repeatedly called for Representative Max Rose's ouster in a Thursday interview with The Post, calling Staten Island, Trump country, and the freshman Democrat a stooge for Nancy Pelosi. The president rattled off his favorite spots in the borough before denouncing Rose, a 33-year-old Afghanistan War veteran, as a fraud and a puppet of Pelosi, the House Speaker. Trump said he was particularly upset about Rose's vote last year to impeach him over his inquiry to the Ukrainian president about a corruption investigation linked to the Biden family. "He's a fraud. Don't forget," he said, "I will never impeach the president, bah, bah, bah. And Staten Island is Trump country," Trump said. "You know, he campaigned on fighting for the president, right? He's gonna fight. He didn't do anything, he's just the opposite. He's a puppet for Pelosi." Rose, whose district includes all of Staten Island and part of southern Brooklyn, has cultivated an image as a moderate, but Trump dismissed that claim. "This guy Rose. He rose his hand." The day before he said, "Well, I'll have to consider it," like he wouldn't do it. And then he was like one of the first people to raise his hand, because he's a phony, Trump said. "He shouldn't represent the people of Staten Island, who I love. And that's Trump country. That's really Trump country. I know everything about Staten Island. I've spent a lot of time in Tysens Park and Grymes Hill and all the different locations. I love Staten Island. But he shouldn't represent the people of Staten Island, he's too weak." The president returned to the topic of Rose later in the interview, calling him Joe Rose. Trump said his Republican challenger, Nicole Malliotakis, a GOP state assemblywoman, would do a great job. "Joe Rose was terrible. I mean really, to do that was terrible, especially coming from Staten Island, but this was a perfect phone call, and yet they don't look at Biden. They don't look at the father saying, 'We're not giving you $1 billion unless you get rid of the prosecutors.' I mean, he's on tape. It's a two-tier system. That is so unfair for our country. So unjust." Rose said in a statement, "I don't know what kind of nonsense the president's advisors are feeding him, but right now the American people don't care about campaigns, they're worried about unemployment benefits expiring, their health, or their jobs. If the president realized that, maybe his approval rating wouldn't be as bad as Mayor Bill de Blasio's." Trump also told The Post that he's going to try very hard to defeat Biden in New York, something not done by a Republican since Ronald Reagan's 1984 landslide. Trump lost New York by 22 points to Hillary Clinton in 2016. As a congressman, Rose has at times pushed back on policies popular among more left-wing Democrats. Last month Rose ripped Rep.